Video game bang, video game bang, video game bang.
Video game.
Mega Ran. Live from the sack, it's the livest. In fact, I'm putting rhymes on this track to put my guys on the map. Updates, geek news, tech talk, and reviews. They can summarize it so you ain't gotta breeze through. Listen once and you're forever fans. And I'm not saying it because their theme song features Mega Ran, the ultimate source of all geek media. Other podcasts, they just don't match up. Need proof? You can check the archives and catch up. Stats off the chain, we have rearranged the game. It'll never be the same. Now it's time to feel the
bang. What is up, my pizzas? Cory, Vincent here. Video game bang is back. It's November 13th. Can you believe the year is almost over?
Don't say those words. Don't.
Oh, it's another year of friendship for me and my best friend, Emmaskies.
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Let me tell
This
you
is an
about
awkward
my
moment.
best friend.
It's like really awkward when you find out that somebody is like way more into you
I'm
than you
his
are
best
into
friend,
them.
but he's not.
Wow, don't flatter yourself. All right, don't flatter yourself that much. Come on. Also joining us on the show, she's become a staple. I love seeing her smiling face enter the VGB studio each week. Lexie, what's up?
Nothing much. How are you?
Good. How about you?
Trying to get this dog from New York that has a unicorn.
You are really into this unicorn dog.
Is the tail on its
you
head?
guys, yes.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
dog
I was like,
I
why?
want has a tail on his head. He is at a shelter in New York. If y'all want to help me get there to
It's
get
a
it.
genetic freak.
I have a lot of questions about this.
It has beauty inside.
This dog is probably in so much constant pain. It's probably just thinking, put me out of my misery.
It's
what if
probably
it's
just
not?
saying, bring me to my family.
What if its
California.
front tail wags too? And more importantly, if the front tail wags and the back tail wags, do they wag in the same direction or they wag in different directions? See,
These are questions we'll never know the answer
But
to.
we could know the answer.
but we could.
David Webb, you're back.
What's up, everybody?
You're all over the place.
I'm all over the place.
You come back, you got this tan, this new outlook on life, and then now the circle has been completed. You're wearing a trucker hat with Sierra Nevada on it with a Volcom t-shirt.
This is-
Did you raid your high school closet? What happened?
Pretty close. No, you know what? This is kind of what I wore in high school. So trucker hats and skate shirts.
So is this midlife crisis? What brought
Career
this?
life crisis?
Yeah.
I like beer. And I found this cool store called Nordstrom's Rack that has t-shirts for like $12.
I can't believe Nordstrom Rack carries Volcom.
Same.
I mean,
What a hard time. What hard times has Nordstrom Rack fallen on?
Nordstrom's, the store, carries that stuff too, though.
What hard
That's the
times have
thing.
they fallen on?
They've always carried that stuff. They've jacked up the prices, but they've always carried it.
it's hard to stay, true to your roots and not sell out when there's just so much money out there.
I
I would
was on the
sell
show
out so
last
fast.
week. I was on the show the week before, and I had I had a Volcom t-shirt on. I had a North Face hat and a Yeti cup, and my girlfriend said that I looked like a brand whore.
You're basic. That's what that is.
Yeah, it's basic.
Yeah,
I said,
basic.
yeah, basic.
Well, I'm glad you're back. It seems like you've been
Thank you.
playing games again. Is that what I've heard?
I played
Tales?
games. I played games again.
Hold on. Oh no!
There
It's
it
the What You Playing theme song. What you playing? All right.
Whenever you see that, it's like you're waiting for a round of applause from a studio audience that we don't have. It's the What You Playing theme song!
And you're definitely not going to get it from us.
That was, of course, the What You Playing theme song.
What happened to the other theme song? I thought we got new theme songs. Did we go
Copyright strike.
Well, you brought back Retro David with the high school. I
I
figured we'd pull
can't.
Retro VGB just for
Retro
you.
Alpha David.
So let's start with you, Alpha David. You've been back to gaming.
Yes. I am now at tier 7 in Mario Kart.
Not the one I
No,
think
Mario
they were
Kart
hoping.
Mobile.
No,
Yeah.
no, honestly though, hang on. I am at tier 10. I blame you because the
Okay.
last time you and I were on the show together, you told me about this Mario Kart
Yeah,
mobile game,
yes,
and I've been playing
I
it
did.
since then.
Wait, it was
I'm
her
so
fault?
It was her fault.
It's my fault.
Because when he came back and talked about this game, we were roasting him pretty hard.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember. I was sitting here when he downloaded it.
Yeah.
He straight up.
I'm now tier 10. I keep jumping
Look
3
at
tiers at a
you.
time because I keep getting first place in all my
I feel proud.
Is there a leaderboard or something? How you doing on there?
The leaderboard is worldwide.
Yeah, so?
So I went down to the 200s and I didn't see myself.
Dude, you're in the 200s though.
Well, no, he said he went down to the 200s and he wasn't there, so he just gave
I
up
just
hope.
gave up at that point.
Because if you're not in the top of 200, you're last.
Yeah. If you were at 200, you're last. Jim Marcus, yeah.
Yikes.
Anyway, no. In all seriousness, I did start playing the Outer Worlds.
Okay.
And I made adjustments to how I played for science because I wanted to see how it would play differently than the way you guys played.
This conflicts me. Because
it conflicts me too.
although I love getting the new knowledge, I'm sad you're not going to just experience the world the way you would want to.
So here's the thing. No. Because I was going, when you guys told me about the premise, I made the decision that I was going to do this anyway.
Okay.
But I definitely wanted to do it knowing that you guys didn't do it this way. And I feel like it was a mistake. So to recap, before I get into it, Cory, you in the Outer Worlds, one of the first big decisions, you have to direct power either to a
village of homeless people.
Village of homeless people, the village people, for simplicity, or corporate town USA.
Yeah.
Okay. The guy in the corporate town is like the one who leads it. It's kind of slimy. He's not really a good guy. And everybody in there is suffering. And it's like they're slaves and they're looked at as product. Like I was talking to other people. And like even like as I was playing it, it furthered my decision of what I wanted to do. Because I would talk to somebody. I would go collect the gravesite fees.
Oh yeah.
And they were talking about how like, oh yeah, it's destruction of property. It's technically vandalism to commit suicide. And I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
These are just numbers to these people.
Yep.
Thank law. I love that. That's
that was the weirdest thing. Yeah.
They don't say God because like laws and the branding is their God,
That's
so they say thank the law.
I did like the fact, one of the first people the second person you come into contact with is the guy in the cave and he's injured and he's still singing like, you've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Like he's still dying and he's still saying the catchphrase.
Exactly. Did you heal him or did you kill him?
I took his gun.
Okay. You left him alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that different than what you guys did?
No, I think it's about the same. I did heal him.
Oh.
Yeah, I made sure he was fine and took
his gun. So I'll be back for you. I actually forgot about him until this very moment.
Oh, poor guy.
Anyway.
Wow.
So you got to choose the decision where you're going to route the power.
Emma decided she was going to route the power to the city, but you said you were going to route the power to the city.
Yeah, both of us.
And then I killed him.
And then you killed the guy.
And then I convinced him that he was no good at his job and he left.
So
with his lungs and everything intact.
I almost had to pull an Emma. After all,
I almost had to.
I diverted power to the community.
Oh, sweet.
Because I went and talked to her, and she was saying how she kind of just reiterated how bad it is there. It's a great,
you can easily make that decision in clear conscience. With the facts.
I did feel bad when Pavardi was like, please, it's full of good people still, and da da da. But I'm sitting there thinking, yeah, but they don't know like the good life that they could have outside. Like I'm gonna help them.
Yeah.
So and then I go back and I talk to Adelaide. And one of the conversation trees, I'm talking to her, and she said something to the effect of like, "There's gonna be a lot of people coming here now."
Yeah, because people are gonna leave the populated city,
right,
desperate for food. And
one of the response I chose was, "You say that like that's a bad thing," and then she responds with, "Well, we have to keep our community pure."
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, and it says something like we can't have corporate loyalists like diluting our utopia. No, hang on though. The way she said it, I was like, oh my god, I just helped Nazis.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was my first, and I was like, oh, I just made a grave mistake. And then here's the thing, I don't know what it's like in if you divert to the city. But I went back there like 2 or 3 times, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome here." But like that was it. There was no more conversation with her. I saved her people. Nothing.
Did you go back to the other guy from the?
Yeah, what happened to the fucking town that you screwed over?
So I go back there. All the lights are like red, like it's like generator power.
Wow.
It was daylight when I went there too, so it was probably less dramatic than.
Why were they wasting tons of energy? That's so sad.
And so I go down there. So I go there, and he's down in the basement of the cannery. So I'm walking down the stairs. I'm like, oh, shit. He's going to be pissed. He's going to be pissed. And he was. And he says something like, just tell me one thing. Why'd you do it? And I was like,
so dramatic.
Basically.
Tell me what.
Just answer me one thing. Why'd you do it? Why? Yeah. And my life was great until you stranger came into town and da-da-da. And I said something like, well, you guys are slaves to the corporation, and I've freed you. And he goes, I didn't ask to be freed. This is my life. I put roots down. And I was like, oh, crap. I didn't think about it like that. Like, now I kind of feel bad. Okay. Like, what about the other families that put roots down and stuff like that?
Thank you.
And then he goes, well, good luck trying to get your power regulator. I've set guards all over to shoot you on sight.
Weird. So,
wow, so you had to fight your way out?
No, because I also boosted my charisma, and I had the intimidate feature, and I said, it's something to the effect of, like, you might want to rethink how this is going to play out. And then he goes, whoa, okay, all right, fine, just...
Little did he know you're a level 1 character who would have got fucked by all those guards.
Boom! I'm gonna lie my ass off.
See,
Fake it till you make it.
I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum now, where I got max characters and max leveled out and everything and all the best gear.
Yeah.
So now I'm going through and I'll just walk into an area, like before I log off, I'll go to the most populated area and just start shooting people and just level the entire city and then just load from a previous save.
And you want to try and say, I'm a psychopath?
I mean, it's a different save point. Like, they're not going to remember.
I had an active shooter training today at work, and that was one of the signs that they said we need to look out for.
You don't just normally do that?
I do have a comment about that later. No, I don't normally just go into a town and start shooting people. Like,
I maxed. I did all the missions, so I got that achievement, and now I'm just sitting at the part before the last mission, just going around trying to do stuff. I think I've hit it. Now the only thing left for me to do is to sack up and do it on the most difficult, the highest difficulty, and try it again.
I put a save point right before I rerouted the power.
Oh, smart.
And then I started another save file, so I could go back to that and then start another save file, and like because I want to see, because this game seems like it's super advanced, like things that you don't think of. Because here's the other science project that I did with this game. We talked about how the second person you meet or you interact with,
the guy in the cave,
Alex Hawthorne.
Oh yeah.
That you kill, right? And so because you guys told me his name, and then throughout the game you impersonate him, so you can either say hi, I'm, and then your name, or hi, I'm Captain Alex Hawthorne. So I was like, well, what happens if you name your character Alex Hawthorne? So I did.
What were the findings?
The findings, my good sir.
The scientific research.
Scientific research was, I don't have certain answers in the conversation tree.
Oh,
it just says.
So you're just Alex Hawthorne.
I'm just
now. Alex
Hawthorne. The one time when I wasn't Alex Hawthorne was when I was on the Groundbreaker, and you talked to the guy from the board who locked up your ship.
Yeah.
And he said, "You're not Alex Hawthorne." I was like, "Oh shit."
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am. Clearly, in my save file, it says I'm Alex Hawthorne.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. I've always wanted to do this, but then I just don't when I play like Fallout games and stuff. Boosted my charisma. That's how I'm always gonna play games now, because you
can talk your way to anything.
Yeah. I was not a match for the Marauders in the beginning, so I sent the freaking guard in to go weaken them. They died, and then I came in and cleaned up the Marauders.
I think they did I think charisma might be a little overpowered in Outer Worlds. You could be in the most dire situations, especially when you're doing like these sneak missions. Later on, you'll find it's kind of hard to get through unnoticed, and when you get noticed, you can get noticed. And then I had like 6 options. I could bribe, intimidate, lie, persuade. I had all these things, and I would get out of it. So they'd say, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." Lie. "Oh, yes, I am." And then okay, and they'll just walk away. And then I walk 5 feet, and another guard looks at me, comes over, and he's like, "Hey, you're not supposed to be here." And I go,
"You're not supposed to be here."
Yeah. Then it gives me here's 100 bits that says you never saw me. Okay, I walk to the next room. "Hey, you're not supposed." So I can literally just keep spamming like charisma things to get out. There is a certain amount of times where they'll turn on you.
Yeah.
But you're so good at talking, and it's so beyond relief that just some dirty guy in a. I'm not a dirty guy. I have like the space captain suit and a giant top hat.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not supposed to be there. All right.
Yeah.
So they just need to start shooting at me. And I'm holding guns. So I don't know. I still love the game though.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's really fun to play.
Yeah.
I'm liking it.
Let's go to Lexie, because it turns out that your game has something to do with a famous politician right now. You and AOC are both League of Legends fans, both hit silver.
I know, right? Isn't that crazy?
What if you got in the queue and she was in your game?
It is quite possible.
She blurred out her tag.
She did, but
Good for her.
Yeah,
Good
good
idea.
for her. But I'm just like, yo, we could be playing together.
What if you already have played with her?
I know, isn't that crazy? Well, okay, so she's silver 4 now. I
Okay.
just got the silver 3, but all silvers play together, and then silvers and golds can play together. So that's pretty exciting because it's like, ooh, maybe we played together, But now I'm disappointed because I don't know her name on there. So,
But we didn't even give any context. We just like went into what it is.
Yeah. So,
yeah. That's true.
League.
AOC,
Yes.
she plays League of Legends.
She
Got
does.
on Twitter, very proud of herself, just like Lexie last week, and says that she's a silver 4.
Mm-hmm.
And the internet
Blew up.
Jumped on
Riot
it.
tweeted her, and she actually tweeted another tweet that was like she thought this was like huge for her, and she's like saw some other representative had got platinum, and League was like, yeah, silver's good, but platinum's just a little bit better.
It really
So
explains
they-
why our country's so fucked up.
Yeah,
They're all
she,
playing League of Legends and
I'm
not
looking at her
doing their
Twitter.
goddamn jobs.
I'm looking at her Twitter and she says, I thought it was cool making it to silver, but today I found out
Yeah.
Representative Josh Harder is ranked
That's
platinum.
it. Yeah.
Dang.
And he is
Yeah.
the, where are you? Oh, he's one of ours.
Is he one of ours?
He's a teacher in Modesto.
Oh, that's funny.
See, I was hoping
Proud
it'd
to
be,
represent the people of California District 10.
I was hoping it'd be Dianne Feinstein.
And then he tweeted, Congress might work better if more battles were fought on the Summoner's Rift instead of committee hearings.
Dang! Oh, snap! Cool politician, Ward.
Oh, there we go. There's your happy politician news for today
It's
that could
pretty
kind of
weird.
take your mind
Tomorrow
off the
we'll see
impeachment
people
hearings.
playing Fortnite as politicians.
No.
Please no.
Yeah,
Never.
I bet we will.
Never.
I bet Lindsey Graham plays Fortnite.
Probably. Please. Lots of Fortnite. I don't know who Lindsey Graham is.
Oh. Mitch McConnell.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's one I know. That's one I know. No, but that's pretty cool. I mean, we're seeing this happen a lot more. Bernie Sanders has a Twitch account.
Oh my
Yes, he
gosh,
does.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, and it was pretty
As
brilliant.
does Donald Trump, I
What?
believe.
Yeah, Donald
What?
Trump has one now too.
What do they Twitch? What do they?
Why do you
Trump-
think everybody's moving to Mixer? Hey-o!
Trump, it's a lot of that game Papers, Please.
That's horrible.
And here's the thing,
It's not.
he's great at it.
It's not. He's bullshit.
Hotel Tycoon.
Hotel Tycoon, where he can actually win. You know?
Oh my god.
No,
He just goes bankrupt immediately. The game won't even start.
Plays Wheel
Just
of
blue
Fortune.
screens.
Bernie, what was smart was to get the attention. He went to like the stream of like a Summit 1G or some big streamer and just started giving a bunch of subs away.
Hey.
And so it kept popping up on the screen.
What?
Bernie Sanders just subbed to Ninja or whatever, and then all the
What?
followers were like, "What the hell?"
There's some millennials on that marketing team.
Yeah, went over to his
Yeah,
channel and
yeah.
started watching him stream.
Nah, it's Bernie.
I mean, it's cool. I like it. Hopefully, you get into a match with her.
Yeah, we'll see. It's possible, but how would I know? That's the disappointing part. It's like you don't know. But eventually, I'm sure like she'll just slip up and accidentally like say something in like chat or something to her duo. You know what I mean? And then I saw lots of people like tweeting like, "What if she was boosted?" Essentially, like someone else, like a higher elo, like gold or plat, trying to boost her
AOC's not
up.
boosted. She's
So,
not boosted.
but how do you know? Because
you-
you could actually check that information if you had her account name.
She'll be the one. You could tell which player she is because she'll be trying to pass laws to take the players with a lot of gold and
Dang.
give it to everybody evenly.
Dang.
Real
You
quick.
cannot do that.
Real
There was
quick,
no
I just
law?
realized in chat, Skipitosh said, who let Webb into Ashton Kutcher's closet?
Curtis.
The funny part is
Dropping
like
truth bombs.
that's who I kind of dressed like in high school, 100%. Trucker hat, long hair. Punked was really big at that time. Everybody.
Damn.
Emma.
Skies, I'm very excited about this one.
my God.
That's
I'm
why I saved
sure
you for
you
last.
are.
I'm
This is
excited
why
to
I
roast
saved
it.
you for last. Let's go. How is Death Stranding?
I've been playing a lot of Death Stranding.
And
You would hate it.
I would.
Like, I'm not even, like, I don't give a fuck if you're going to roast this game, because you would. You would not like this game. You
How
would
do
not have a good time.
Because it's bad or what?
Because it's not your kind of game. But I
Oh
love
my
it.
gosh, you don't
when I'm
know
not
me?
playing it,
You
I'm
don't know
thinking
me.
about it. Like,
Really?
Can I?
You have
Can
a
I
problem.
talk about this game,
You have a
please?
problem.
All right, let's let her
Can I
talk,
speak?
David. Let's let her
May I
talk.
speak?
Let's give her a chance.
You done? So,
It's it. No.
no, honestly, like, I really, really like it. It's definitely, it's like, people come in and ask, you know, how the game is, and I say the same thing. I say it's a slow burn, intriguing story game. And if you're into that kind of thing, then you'll enjoy it and you'll have a good time with it. But if you're looking for like a high octane action adventure, like high combat, high fidelity, like all these, you're not going to enjoy this game because that's not what it is. But it's also not what it's trying to be, so it doesn't make it a bad game. So you two are both going to shit on it because
David
it's not
has
your
a
kind of
question.
game.
No, I'm not going to shit on
I'm
David.
not- I'm-
David, I'd like to recognize for the podcast listeners, David has raised his hand now. David?
Thank you, Representative Cory.
Brought it back.
You mentioned in your statement an intriguing story,
Yes.
and yet in a prior statement before the show started, you said that you're 20 hours in and you don't know what's going on.
That was in relation to the bridge babies, which I fucking full stop don't really understand still. But here's the thing: this was
Hang on. Are we just gonna graze past bridge babies?
We already knew.
What's
they were
a
called
bridge
that.
baby?
I love how David
already
is
knew they
attacking
were
this
called
like
that.
we're in court right now.
I know.
Are you gonna hit me with an Alpha David to appear?
Oh, she
Alpha
brought
David.
that back.
Why is it called a bridge baby?
Because it bridges the gap between this side and the beach and the other side, quote unquote. So the bridge baby is what helps you to see the BTs, which are like the ghosty enemy things.
Okay.
So the bridge babies, you use the bridge baby to be able to see them and avoid them and or kill them.
Okay.
But never mind.
What?
I was gonna ask, does the ghost things, can it like get to your baby? Like what happens if it gets close to your baby? Is it scared of the baby?
No, it's
Is
not
that
scared
what
of it.
helps?
The baby has nothing to do with it.
Is the baby scared of the ghosts?
Yeah, is it?
Actually, yeah. Like, it gets really stressed out when you're near the BTs.
Oh, that's
How
And
does
you
the
have
baby-
to-
How does a baby show stress?
It cries
Okay.
through your controller.
Oh.
Because the PS4 controller has a speaker in it.
What?
So the first time
Wait.
my baby started crying and my controller started screaming at me, I flipped.
Yeah, I would too.
This gets even worse. Emma Skies has a baby in her controller
It was
now?
bizarre. I was like, the controller's crying at me. What do I do? Stop. And then so
That's
when
exactly
you're-
how she would react if an actual child was crying. The child is crying! What do I do?
Get the fuck away from me. Where's your parents?
You know, Kojima's going hard. He's going out there too, because he's been hearing the same criticisms. Which, just because something is complicated doesn't make you smarter or
That's very
more
true.
well refined.
That's very true.
So, this is what Kojima goes out there and says. He says, I must say that the game has received rave reviews, especially in Europe and Japan.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said, the United States, however, we've had some stronger criticisms. Perhaps it is difficult game for... hold on, he says, perhaps it is a difficult game to understand for a certain type of critic and audience. Americans are great fans for first-person shooters, and Death Stranding isn't one. It flies higher.
Whoa,
So
did he just
he-
call us dumb?
He just
bit.
straight up called us
And he's
dumb.
not wrong.
Wow.
So the
No,
game
this
is
is
getting
not wrong.
he's not wrong. The game is getting really good reviews in like Japan and in most of Europe, but like in the US it has lower scores. In Australia it has lower scores. In a market that's used to more of like the high octane first person shooters,
I
like
was
very
about to say
exciting.
that, yeah.
You know, but it also is getting some low reviews in those other places, and it's getting some really high reviews here in the States. So it's kind of a hit and miss.
But
But the thing that kills me about like the low reviews is a lot of time the poor reviews that I've seen almost seem to be knocking it for like being a game that it's not trying to be.
Yeah, you
They're like,
can't do that. That's not
It's
fair.
not.
Right.
It's not like
It's
super.
different.
It's not super exciting. It's not, or like they'll say it's not super exciting because you're not like fighting all the time, or there's not combat all the time, or this isn't like I don't get enough of this, or I don't get it. Like that's not what the game's trying to do or trying to be.
It's
So-
of its own. Let it be of its own.
It's super weird. Like there's a lot of people that just aren't gonna like it. Like it's not even a knock on you guys that this just wouldn't be a game that you would enjoy. Like I'm 20 hours into this game, and I couldn't fucking tell you what's going on. Like, to a certain extent, I still don't really know a lot of shit, but I'm okay with that.
That's okay, but see, that would frustrate me because I would want to know, especially 20 hours in, I want to have a good understanding on the story. I want to be able to say, if somebody says, what's that game about? I want to be able to tell them more than I'm a delivery person who uses a baby to see ghosts.
So the thing that I was also talking about with other people that are asking me how it was is it gives you just enough information as you're going through. Like, you're getting just enough information to feel like you understand things, and you're like, okay, I get this, I get that. Like, I get this piece that you're giving this puzzle piece, and I understand that. Until somebody asks you to explain the whole thing, and you realize you have no fucking clue. But like, you're getting enough info that you feel like you're getting further and further, and then you're like, there's still so much that I don't understand, which to me is not a bad thing. Like, I am fine with that.
Do you think it will have an end?
It has an end.
Okay.
I have heard complaints that, like, you're just confused until you get, like, 35 hours in. Like, until you get to the end, you're just confused. And I'm like, I'm okay with that because it's super bizarre. This story is so weird. Some of it is so stupid. Like, the dumbest thing in the game to me is one of the antagonists is this gang, like, this group of people called mules. And they're like a gang of people that go around stealing your deliveries and delivering them because they're addicted to deliveries.
Oh, that is.
And I'm like, that's the dumbest shit I have ever heard in my life. It's
What?
so stupid.
Yeah, that is.
They're like
dumb.
addicted to making deliveries. Like, in this world, like in this United Cities of America, or it's not the United Cities anymore because they're all split, and that's what, like, you're trying to do. You're connecting the United Cities of America. So you're going city to city and bringing them back into the chiral network, and then once you have the chiral network, then you have access to a whole bunch of, like, more things, and you're basically walking from the eastern edge of the U.S. to the western edge of the U.S. to get somebody and connect the network along the way.
Emma, you know what I think the problem is that because you're American, you don't understand
Their addiction
the
to
complexity
deliveries.
of the delivery addiction.
Yeah,
and here
clearly
in America,
not.
we
Wow.
don't have that, but that's legit in other parts of the world, Emma.
You know, I think Kojima just smoked a lot of weed before
It's
he made
just so
this story.
weird. Like,
because-
that's the dumbest thing. Like, there are some really, really cool things. Like, the idea of the bridge baby is really interesting. The mechanic of it is good. It frustrates me because I hate babies. But, like, the mechanic of it
It's
is...
not a real baby, Emma.
I know, but it cries
It's
like
pixels.
a baby. It cries like a baby, and that's what.
What
that's
do you
what
mean
gets
it
me.
cries
No,
like
it,
a
like,
baby?
it literally just starts crying.
It is a baby.
Like, when it gets stressed out, it cries, and I don't like it.
Are you okay?
And then you have to soothe the baby.
Oh,
I've
I've
seen
seen
the
this.
baby
So
that's
you,
in a
you
jar.
take,
I've seen
you take
this.
the baby off
Wait,
of your
wait,
chest
what?
and you rock it, and you use your controller and you go like this and you rock
Stop.
the baby until it's
What?
soothed
Super
again,
interactive.
until it's not stressed anymore.
Are they used
I like
babies? Are they special babies? Are like born with the ability to bridge, or are they like
So-
are they lab
Oh,
babies?
that's a good question.
That's a good question that I can't entirely answer. I can partially
20
answer,
hours
but
in.
it's full of spoilers. So, like, the things that
okay,
I do
that's
know, I won't
understandable.
say because they're big spoilers.
One of my favorite tweets, because again, like with this game, the thing I was criticizing when we first saw it is the ladder mechanic, which
You
is
got so hung up on the ladder. I think I've used my ladder
it
like
wasn't
3
the ladder,
times.
it was
Well,
the
you're only 20 hours in, Emma.
it wasn't the ladder as much. It was the ladder epitomized it, because you know, in this game you use a ladder to go across a great distance. There's no bad guys around or anything, and it doesn't seem like there's a credible, like, there's no pressure, there's nothing. Yet this guy takes, you know, his sweet ass time. He pulls out his ladder.
I'm telling you, you're so
he
hung up on
eats
this
a
ladder
sandwich.
that takes
He extends the
second.
ladder, thinks, you know, sees a butterfly, gets distracted. Then it was like 30 minutes. Watch this guy set up a ladder.
Yeah.
This is what Kojima's talking about, and he's like, American critics don't understand this game because they think a half a second animation of somebody setting up a ladder takes 9 years.
Here's the
and you can't
thing.
see
I
it.
don't like to set up ladders myself.
Then
Why do I
don't
want to
use
set
the
up a
fucking
ladder?
ladder.
In a video
You don't
game?
have to use it. You're so hung up on this thing that doesn't
So
matter.
okay, wait.
hold on.
Here's
another thing.
here's the
Okay, go ahead.
actual question. Would you play the game, Corey, if there was no ladder?
No, I'll play the game with the ladder. But here's the thing. Then I saw a perfect tweet from a mommy gamer who tweeted something like, "Yep, this is exactly what I wanted to do as a mom. Take a break from my kid." And she literally posted the whole 40-second clip of her soothing the baby. It's not like you just shake it back and forth 3 or 4 times.
No, you
and
gotta
the-
rock it.
And the baby is soothed.
It
No.
has like a bar, and so if you let it get hella low, then it takes like 30 or 40 seconds. But
That's
if you
what I'm
do,
saying.
Up there.
That is not a fun game mechanic that you look forward to. If it was like, okay, shake it real quick, and then the baby soothed, and then,
Shaken baby syndrome? Really?
I mean,
Okay. Okay.
I no defense.
When
I rest your honor.
Okay, so I know you said that there's not like action all the time and stuff like that,
But there is combat.
There is combat. Okay, but in the gameplay that we saw, aside from the ladder, in the gameplay that we saw, and the gameplay that you showed me, the Twitch clip of you skateboarding on that thing.
Hilarious.
Okay. Is the majority of the game
like that?
I'm trying to say this with a straight
Walking?
face because it's a serious question. Is the majority of the game just you walking with boxes?
Yes.
Without interacting, without combat, without running
No.
across stuff?
No, because you do have to plan your route. So I've just gotten to a point where I have... That was really loud in my ears. I've just gotten to a point where I have a weather forecast, so I can see when the timefall is coming, which is the rain. And so the rain is timefall, and it ages anything it touches. So if you're out there, you're going to get fucked up, and all of your boxes are going to get fucked up. So you got to figure out how you're going to fix them, how you're going to get to where you're going without going through the rain. And usually when you're going through the rain, that means BTs are nearby. So you're figuring out how am I going to A, avoid the BTs, or B, kill them. And then you're also trying to avoid mules, which are the ones that are going to come and try and kill you and steal your deliveries.
Okay, so walking through the fields that like you were showing me earlier, you could get attacked by mules,
Yes.
or you could. Okay, so there is some
Threat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it is a game about traveling. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you guys wouldn't like this game. That's okay. I'm not trying to convince you that it's a good game because you're not going to like it, and that's okay. But I have a really good time with this game.
That's good.
I am enjoying it. Like,
Emma, I'm happy
when
that you
I'm
found
not
something that you
playing
enjoy.
it, all I want to do is be like, I want to play it right now.
And you're not alone. Like, Emma's not in this circle. She is, but I've seen a lot of Twitter movement. Even people I wouldn't have necessarily expected, like the guys at JoJo Have Fun.
Yeah.
The stand-up comics.
It's a good game.
The ones who are wild, and zero attention span, always just spazzing out. They're obsessed with this game too, so it appeals to a lot of people. I'm glad you like it. I'm
It's
glad
a good
it didn't.
time.
I'll rent it from Redbox and try it for you, Emma, because I'm not against it or for it.
So I
But
will
I
say,
do
You're
want
gonna
to try it.
You're gonna have to buy it because 20 hours in, you still don't know what's going on.
So
Redbox,
I
you're not
got to a
gonna be
point.
able to.
I got to a point where like the first time I streamed it, I played 3.5 hours, and at the end of that 3.5 hours, like I had to go to work, which is why I stopped streaming. But like I was like, I just got to a point where I feel like the game just started. 3.5 hours, and like I feel like the game finally started. Like I've finally gotten into it. I've gotten past the tutorial. I was wrong. I was very wrong. It took me 12 hours to get to the point where I think the game, quote unquote, actually starts.
Wow.
Jeez.
And
That's a
like
long
I
game.
didn't feel like I was still in the tutorial, but once I got out of it and I got access to like more things, and so basically when you get to chapter 3, fuck, I don't remember which one it was. When you get to the next chapter and like a bunch of stuff unlocks and you have a bunch more abilities, I was like, have I been in the tutorial phase for 12 hours?
That's
Wow.
followed closely by the 10-hour tutorial in Red Dead Redemption 2 when you're in the snow for the
See,
whole
but
Dude,
I
for
tried Red
real.
Dead Redemption 2 and it felt like a tutorial and I hated it and I couldn't get past the 3-hour tutorial phase.
It's true.
This one, I was like actually enjoying playing the game, and I didn't know I was in the tutorial until I got out of it and realized,
Yeah.
oh shit, that was all me just learning the game.
So,
Basic,
question, honesty time. Going through this game with as many hours as you have, with what you have of the storyline, if you get further to like the end of the game and there's just an awful ending, it's just a disappointing ending, will you feel like you have wasted a shitload of time?
I don't know. I don't think so, because the only thing that I can think of that's like that was Far Cry 5. I
Yes.
spent a lot of time in that game. I had a lot of fun. The gameplay was really enjoyable, and then I got to the end, and the end was fucking garbage, and I hated it.
Yeah.
I still had fun playing the game, but it's a stupid thing that I wouldn't go back and play again because I know the ending sucks.
Yeah. Okay.
But like, I still enjoyed my
Is
time.
it
that I had played.
therapeutic? Because I feel like it's
It's-
very therapeutic.
It definitely is. Like, it's definitely one of
Okay.
those that like you could sit there and just stare at your screen and just walk for hours and just be happy and be in a good mood. The one thing that I really wish this game had that it doesn't is a music player, because music plays a really big part in it. The soundtrack for this game is incredible. And so if you're like on a story mission and you have a great distance to go, then like the song title pops up on screen and you're just walking to this beautiful music.
Oh, that's
It's like really nice, sort of like indie, like sort of a feel, and it's really great. But I want to be able to play that whenever, because there's a lot of times when I'm doing side missions where I just smacked my face into the mic. You're doing side missions where like you're walking 3,000 meters, and I'm like, can I play it now? And you can't do that.
I will walk 3
Man, right when I thought I couldn't like be less interested in this game, you drop indie music on it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm playing it and I'm like, Cory would not enjoy this game.
Okay, boomer.
This is not Cory's game.
Cory, what have you been playing?
I don't
guess
even
I'm
wanna
done.
go.
Shut
Okay, so before we get into the news, I have a sort of a story that I want to talk about because it's referencing the Joker movie. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
I thought this was dead.
No, it's not. It was until today. Okay, so I mentioned earlier, at work today, they did a active shooter training, which it's sad that we have to do this, but apparently that's something that we have to do now. And it was put on by the Department of Homeland Security. So an actual DHS agent came to one of our offices, and we all conferenced into that office, and he gave us this what to do in an active shooter scenario. It's stuff that I've seen before, the run, hide, fight thing, right?
Yeah.
Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, the nugget that I took away from this was he's talking about all the locations that they talk about where an active shooter could be, and how there's never like, oh, this is a safe place now. You never learn about the safe places. It's always, these are the dangerous places. And one of the places was a movie theater, of course. Which then he talks about how like the last movie he went and saw was The Joker. This is a direct quote. He said, the last movie I went and saw was the Joker movie, which, by the way, is basically a tutorial for an internal shooter incident on its own. I was like, what? A DHS agent is noticing the issues with the movie. That was crazy. It blew my mind. Anyway.
And you just saw Spider-Man.
I just saw Spider-Man. I can't believe Mysterio was bad the whole time. I thought they were going to make him good.
I really thought
there's no way. In the comic book, he's bad.
Webb texts a group chat, and he's like, I knew Mysterio was going to be bad. I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, I don't want to be a bitch about it. So, I didn't say anything, but I was like, yeah. We all knew that he's fucking Mysterio. Granted,
I agree with his logic where he's going with this.
Here's my logic. Before I saw the movie, I did have bits and pieces spoiled, so I knew that he was going to be from a different dimension. So I thought, okay, maybe he's coming from a dimension where in that dimension Mysterio is good. Like maybe it's Mysterio's good and Spider-Man's bad in that dimension. I don't know, but he's coming from a dimension where it's good. And then that bar scene happens, which, by the way, that was a red flag for me. Everyone talks about like in The Sixth Sense when it's like, oh, I knew what was going on when she wasn't talking to him in the restaurant. Why was nobody looking at them saying, you guys are just the ones that saved us in the bar?
David, that's the point.
Yeah, David, welcome
it's
to things.
Supposed to set you off.
Well,
David, welcome to things we were all talking about like 6 months ago.
Welcome to the future.
So Skipitosh raises a good point. So that was one of the things I kept hearing about this movie is...
Hold on. I just love how you're pissed off about stuff that's so old. That's like me coming on the show and being like, you know, Milli Vanilli was lip syncing that whole fucking time, guys? Like, what the fuck?
I'd have been happy to have a conversation about this 8 months ago.
Well, you're having one now. Here's the thing. And Skipitosh chat just... No, I wasn't listening, Skip, because I didn't want the movie to be ruined. In chat, he's saying he wasn't from the different dimension, though. That's the thing that disappointed me the most about this movie, is I thought that because he is now from a different dimension, they're opening up the multiverse in this, so we're going to have a lot of options, and maybe that's how we get Fantastic Four, and we get X-Men, because they're coming from a different dimension. But is that part of the lie?
Yes.
There is no, that's so disappointing to me. Oh.
So, did you see Endgame?
No, I saw Endgame.
Okay.
So you understand what happens with the multiverse through that, right? Because that's the whole next phase of Marvel.
He wasn't
paying attention.
I told you, he's too pure.
We'll talk
news. All right, that was the news theme song.
Oh, sweet summer child.
We need to get as far away from this topic of old movies as we can. Let's start with a positive note. Rick and Morty is back.
Yay!
Yeah. Did everybody get a chance to watch it? What'd they think?
It was really good.
I liked it.
No spoilers. I haven't seen it.
You saw it?
I saw it, yeah.
Okay, so these two haven't seen it.
Oh, you guys haven't seen it? What's wrong with you? It's Rick and Morty.
It's
I
don't have the channel.
Just go on adultswim.com.
Is it free?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think they make the first one free. First one's always free.
You have to have an
get
account,
you.
but it's a free account.
Oh.
So what'd you think, Emma?
It was really funny. I liked it. It felt very Rick and Morty. It got very meta at the end, and I liked where they went with it. Where he was like the whole thing was about us, like, sometimes we're going to do adventures that are like things that you like, and sometimes we're going to do new stuff, and sometimes it's going to be like
I went
classic
back
Rick
to
and
that,
Morty.
to the beginning.
Yeah,
That's
and it was
cool.
like, because a lot of people will bitch about, like, oh, this doesn't feel like what you just did. You didn't do the same thing over again. That's what I wanted. And they're like, sometimes we're going to do the same stuff, and sometimes we're going to do different stuff, and that's okay.
Yeah, it was
Fucking
very
deal with it, because it's what we're giving you.
super self-aware, like it always is. It was kind of refreshing because it's been gone for so long, and when you watch it, like halfway through, I was like, man, I really miss this show. What good writing.
Yeah.
Like, it gave you the feeling of, like,
cool.
because you're tentative when it's been gone for so long. Did things change? You know, now they got
Yeah.
70 episodes.
Well,
you
we're
know.
only getting like 4 episodes this season, aren't we?
Yeah,
like something
this first
stupid
season
like
is
that.
super short. Yeah. So,
I
It's
think
not even
they've
a
already
season, there's just a
planned
few
out like
episodes.
8
It's a
episodes, but they're
miniseries.
like, they're doing
Yeah.
it in mini
Which
sections.
is stupid. I'm like, how long? It's a half-hour episode, please. Come on.
yeah, as long as they don't make us wait another 4 years, I'm cool. Like, I wasn't even
goddamn.
expecting these ones to come out that soon. But yeah, no, halfway through, it's just like, man, this is a good show. So I think if you're a fan of the series, you won't be disappointed. You should definitely check it out. Next bit of news, Sonic has been fixed, everybody. Did you guys see the new trailer for this one?
I saw it and it still looked weird, but I didn't realize how bad it was
yes,
before.
I agree.
Until you
Until
saw
I
a better
side by
version.
side.
I
And
agree.
no,
It wasn't just the
it
Sonic.
jarred me.
It wasn't
It
even
was
just...
the entire trailer.
The whole
Yeah.
trailer, like
The
the
movie.
new trailer was. I'll say this movie still looks like garbage. This movie is gonna be stupid ass shit. Like it looks bad.
They're trying
But
to
it-
copy
But
Pokemon.
what it's going up against was so bad that this can only be a good thing. I was like, you know what? You know that's actually not half bad.
Yeah.
Good for it, because what it came from was so bad. It still looks like a dumb movie.
The first one that
Yeah.
came out, though, when they set it to Gangster's Paradise,
So weird.
they gave it kind of like a dark, like feel, like grittier, and it was totally
It
shot
wasn't
by like an
Sonic.
old timey like commercial guy.
Yeah.
Who and yeah, nothing fit. This one they played it up like the comedy it's fucking
Yeah.
supposed to be. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be a kids movie. I didn't expect
Exactly.
it
Like
to-
it's not for me.
Yeah, it's not for us.
Doesn't matter.
It's not
Like Death
for
Stranding.
old people. It's for
I will say
kids.
Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik is like a good choice because he's funny, but he's
Yeah.
not. He's just Jim Carrey. It's
Yeah.
just Jim Carrey
Yeah,
and a
being-
mustache being Jim
That's the thing.
Carrey.
Jim Carrey is always Jim Carrey.
Is this
in
the
this
same?
scenario.
This is like it's like he could be the Riddler again. Like it's the same
Exactly.
character. He plays this. If he's playing a villain, he plays the same character.
Yeah, in every
Yeah.
movie, he's always trying to find pets.
That is very true. Like Ace Ventura.
There we go. Thank you. I'll be here all night, guys.
I think they went with supersonic, so they went with the same era of music. They did the supersonic thing, and
But it fit the tone better.
Yeah.
what a difference. You know, I kind of was thinking the marketer in me is, what if this whole thing
I've heard that a lot.
was an architectural plan to make it feel, because it feels, we all feel good because we feel like we helped make it happen.
Yeah.
How often when everyone bitches about
That's
something on the
very
internet
true.
does something actually change?
That's very true.
I feel like
Or a
though,
marketing
like that
ploy.
doesn't make that's conspiracy theory doesn't make a whole lot of sense because how do you convince who's making this movie? Like Paramount, fucking Warner Brothers? Who do we know?
I don't know.
How do you convince the studio head like, hey, we're gonna release this piece of garbage and make everybody really mad, but don't worry, it's so that.
But I mean, I feel like they
months-
could do it though. They could actually come, especially in these times. I feel like it's possible.
Well,
They
okay,
could-
let's say
I don't think you could ever convince the studio heads that that's a thing to do. Though.
okay,
like the people with the money aren't. Gonna
I feel like
let
they
you do
could
that.
have recorded 2 trailers.
I
I feel like they could have. They could have done that because I could see someone actually making 2 trailers and being like, "Let's just test the waters on this first one, see how it goes." But actually, no, like I think they'll like this one better, but let's just try this one because I mean, think about it. We do this every day, even as social media marketers, PR. Like we do this every day. We're like,
yeah, you're
well,
in the
here's
biz.
our picture. Like, okay, they don't like that style. Let's try this one because we do have this one and we made, so
I think
feel
once
like
you get to
they
that
could
scale,
have.
though, like that becomes less of a thing that you're willing to test. Like when
Yeah.
it's hundreds of millions of dollars on the line.
What I think is way more realistic is that there were some people in charge of marketing who shouldn't have been for this
Yeah.
movie, made a lot of terrible decisions from top to bottom on what this character was going to look like and the tone that they were going to go for in the trailer. It fucking really backfired on them. And then someone, probably a millennial,
Was
said,
like-
how do we fix this shit? Let's we got to do it. We just got to let's answer the internet's call and make it look like everybody wants it to, and cut this badass trailer how it's supposed to look. And then it went so perfectly that public opinion, like we were saying, we were all the ones complaining, and now that it's fixed, we kind of feel like, hey,
I'm still not gonna see it.
Our voice was heard. Yeah, I'm not gonna see it either. But
I also
hey.
feel like they tried to copy Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
Pokemon was legit. It like looked aesthetically pleasing. Like it looked like, we're real life Pokemon, you know. So
I think we're all kind of
feel
rooting
like
for
they
the
were.
Sonic movie now a little bit
Yeah.
more, even though we
Yeah.
may not go see it. We're all
Agreed.
like, hey, you know, they made the change.
I'm probably
Yeah.
gonna go see it.
Props.
I'm gonna see it on a $5 Tuesday. But I'm not
if
gonna
it
see
has Amy, I'll go see it.
I think
Hey. But what if Knuckles is in it?
Ooh.
I don't think there was a conspiracy, but I wouldn't put it past the company or other movie companies to think like, this is actually a strategy.
Right. Like in the future.
Yeah.
In the future, I think this was
Because this was an accident that turned out interesting.
Yeah, that's what I think. The next thing we got is the Disney Plus launch. It's finally
Which was
here.
completely smooth and had no issues, and I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Bruh.
Which is crazy.
Bruh.
I didn't know there were any
Let's
problems with
speak
it
of
until you said that you couldn't get in.
I
Dude,
saw
we
it
tried
because
to watch Mandalorian and could not. Got the error messages like 5 times. But granted, the day of, I got to watch X-Men, so that was
There
a
you go.
plus.
The 90s cartoon?
Yeah.
Would you say it was a Disney Plus?
Was that the copyright
That's
infringement?
you're done.
you
That's
got
your
on
last one. No more.
All right.
that? Yeah, no, I had no problems either. Like, I saw hashtag Disney Plus fail, like, trending, and I, like, signed. I was like,
saw
oh,
it
man,
too.
all right, well, let me see. Signed in. All right, seems to be working. Mandalorian play.
Exactly
go.
what happened to me. I was like, I didn't watch it until like 11 at night because I didn't realize that it was coming out that day, and I was like, oh shit, let me just go do this right now. And I like there was no doubt in my mind that it would work. Like it just worked. So what happened?
So for us, it was similar to Lexie. Me and my wife turned on the Disney Plus. You know, I'm on the free trial, so maybe I don't get the priority. You know.
Oh, see, I'm on that 3-year plan.
Yeah, you got you're hooked.
You got 3 years?
I got 3
Yeah.
years. They did a thing
I got
where
that
you could
1 year
get-
plan, and I
you
didn't
could
know
get
there
3
was
years for like $140.
Stop, what?
Yeah, it was
I
the
would've got
founders
that.
package.
I got into the founder's circle, but I only got 1 year. I didn't know there was a 3 year.
Suck it.
So
Wow, that's
Emma,
quick.
what? Wait, let's go around the room.
Really
What are
quickly.
you watching it on? What are you watching Disney Plus on, Emma?
I think it's only on the computer right now, isn't it?
No, I have
Negative.
that app right
Oh,
now.
is there an iPhone app?
Yeah.
Or a
iPhone
phone
app.
And it-
So
for Xbox.
phones.
Because the Xbox one wasn't up when I tried to watch it. It wasn't up yet. Because I watched it the day it released, and the Xbox app wasn't
So
up
you're
yet.
watching it on your phone?
That might-
According
No,
to
I
the
watched it on my
website,
computer.
according to the website, it's like mobile apps, the website, Xbox, PlayStation, Apple TV, Chromecast, Fire Stick, and Roku.
So I was trying to watch
That's
on the
it.
Fire Stick. What were you watching on, Lexie?
Xbox, but I also had it on my laptop. We didn't try that.
When was it?
I
Day
tried
one.
just a few hours ago.
Oh, because I just watched it on my computer like the day.
I
it
haven't
launched.
tried my app for it, but I know when I watched X-Men, it was on my app. So-
We launched the
Why not
show.
just watch it on your computer? I mean, I know you're watching on the TV. Why a phone over your computer?
Well, I was trying to watch it on the Xbox app that they have for it, and it didn't work.
I gotta watch this on
so-
TV, man, because I don't know. I was just really stoked on this. I was even in Oblivion today at Oblivion Comics, and 2 guys came in and they were pretty loud, and they're like, "So, did you watch that Mandalorian?" And started getting into it. I was like, "Bros, not everybody in here has seen it. Chill on the spoilers. Whisper." So I was really excited. I come here.
but Webb and I've seen it.
So we're gonna spoil the
No
shit out of
spoilers.
So at the end of the episode.
No.
Oh my
Okay,
god!
But the end of
no,
the
but the end of the
episode-
episode though,
Hold on.
crazy.
So
I heard it was good.
we
but-
turn it on and we start watching it, and I got enough of it to tell like how great of quality this
Hell
was.
yeah.
But then the planet they were on was like kind of purpley, and from scene to scene, the white balance was kind of changing.
That's weird.
That's
Yeah,
bad.
enough
That's
to where
not
I was
how
like,
it's supposed to look.
that's where I was like, I don't even think this is a Disney Plus thing. Is my TV dying? And I asked Elizabeth, has this happened to you before? No. We keep watching it, and then we got ourselves convinced maybe it's like something with the planet, and it's part of the plot. Later on, maybe it just has these solar flares that changes
No.
the colors of things.
It's like Game of
What was
Thrones.
I
If you
doing?
just had a better TV, then you wouldn't have been able to see it, Corey.
Honestly, I did the
Got
same thing when I
roasted.
tried to watch Jack Ryan for the first time, and it was like there's no sound, but the way the episode starts, it's subtitled because they're not speaking English, and it ends up being like a big explosion. I was like, oh, this was an interesting directorial choice. There's no sound. And then so I watched the first 5 minutes in complete silence. And then it finally
Emma's
gets to
so
like
artsy,
US.
she would think that. She'd be like, man, I really like how the director really used the
encapsulates
dichotomy
this.
of no sound.
The attack steals their voices. You know, you can't. And like I watched the whole first 5 minutes, and then it gets to like they're back in the U.S. and you actually see John Krasinski, and I was like, wait, there's still no sound. This isn't right.
Dang.
That's also another good show. I love that Jack Ryan show.
I haven't watched it since. I've never watched it because I couldn't watch it the first time.
Watch it. It's good.
So it ended up doing that. So I wanted to see if I could fix it. So I backed out of the episode, closed the app, reopened it. Actually, I was going to another app just to make sure it wasn't doing it on like Netflix too, and it wasn't. So I go back to Disney Plus, and I click on it, and now it just is a white plain screen. And all you hear is the audio from the episode.
Oh yeah,
See, I didn't get that.
No. So then I started thinking maybe they're in the snow.
Maybe
now.
they're in the snow.
They're on top.
But then I rewinded back to a previous part, and they weren't. No, so it really started screwing up. So I watched an episode of Even Stevens instead.
That's
It's
That's so funny. I
That's what you
love
went
it.
to.
oh yeah, my boy Shia.
So,
That's funny.
Mandalorian, spoiler free. I think it's good. I like it. I was reading an article about it, and maybe the article kind of influenced my view on it, but the article was talking about how it was very Clint Eastwood-esque Western style.
Oh yeah, it's definitely just a Star Wars Western.
Yeah, it's it's Star Wars Western, which watching it, I was like, yeah, I could see
Well,
that.
it's bounties and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I really liked it. And then I was just like, I knew Disney Plus was gonna be cool, but I didn't know how cool it was gonna be.
It's very cool.
And I just for like 5 minutes, I was just sitting there. I was like, oh my god, this is on it.
Yes,
and this is on
same.
it. And this
I
is
did
on
the
it.
same.
Webb's like, all the Star Wars shit is on Disney Plus. I'm like, where were you a year ago when we were talking about this?
I didn't realize how much was gonna be.
I
on
agree because I see a lot of social media posts like, "Oh, they're gonna have Mighty Ducks. Oh, they're bringing back Hocus Pocus." But then when you actually see all
Hocus
these
Pocus.
things
there.
together and
You're
you're
like,
scrolling through,
Yeah.
Whoa.
I was like, Disney made a lot of good shit.
Yeah.
We're still talking about the Mandalorian. I can still talk.
But
about
Mandalorian, please.
The Mandalorian. So I went into this not really giving a shit, other than the fact that like I like Star Wars. I really, really like Star Wars. So I'm gonna watch this. But like when I think Mandalorian, I think Boba Fett, and I don't give a fuck about Boba Fett. Boba Fett.
Ah, you never played the Knights of the Old Republic games, did you?
I played some of the first one,
Oh,
and I don't remember much
the
of it.
Mandalorian's
But,
the
like,
best part.
So when I think of Boba Fett, I think overrated character.
Okay.
People love him for no reason. He's the Captain Phasma of the original trilogy.
He looks cool, yeah.
That's literally the only reason everybody cared about him.
Yeah.
He has like 12 minutes of screen time
But
across
what about
3 movies.
what about Jango Fett though?
Care even less about that little
He got
shit.
us decapitated.
So
Yeah, but he had more lines in it than Boba did.
He did. So I went into this like not really caring. I was like, I really like Pedro Pascal. I really like Star Wars. So I'm gonna watch this. It is very enjoyable. It is very good. Like I'm actually interested in the Mandalorians as a people. Like after one episode, it's really good. I was very upset to find out I couldn't binge watch it because Disney
Yep.
Plus doesn't like happiness.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
So
this
you
is
get
one
one
by
episode when it came out. You get another one this Friday, and then it's weekly every Friday.
Yeah,
But you know what?
it's
That's
only 8
smart on
episodes
their
solo.
part because
So you can't just watch
Netflix
it
gives
on-
you the
yeah.
binge, and they're smart about like, okay, well, we'll just feed it to you,
Well, here's the
and
deal.
then you'll
Bounty
keep
Droid
coming
is my
back.
favorite. I
There's
love
another
him.
layer to that from a marketing standpoint because think Disney's a new product and we react based off of our habits. So if we go through and binge The Mandalorian
That's
and that's
it.
all we were there for,
I'm
we're
done.
going straight
Deuces.
back to Netflix.
Yep.
True.
This for
That's
at least
valid.
the next 8 weeks, once a week, we're going to have to
Yep.
go to this app and they'll have 8 more opportunities.
And they're
to
doing
hook
the
us.
same thing with all the Marvel shows too.
Yeah.
It's gonna be one at a time. So
Yep,
that's smart on them.
it's just because they're new, and then I'm sure maybe after they
Yeah.
get
So
proven
I saw
sales
that-
profitable next year, they'll binge them to us.
Yeah, I saw that The Runaways is on Disney Plus,
Yeah.
which I thought was interesting. Like that it's not on Hulu. Like it is on Hulu, but like the fact that it's also on Disney Plus was weird. But
Well, Disney owns Hulu.
I'm aware. But why wouldn't they just make you get Hulu?
I think
Like
they
you
might
can,
like
you can bundle
phase
all of
that
them, so it
out
would be in their best
eventually.
interest to just keep it on Hulu. And they're like, if you want to watch this one, you go to Hulu.
I feel like Disney's just gonna phase out Hulu. It's like
They-
the
I-
grand scheme
But
plan.
like, no, I think they're going to keep Hulu because they want Disney Plus to be family friendly, and all of their not family friendly
That's
stuff is going to go to
true,
Hulu.
That's
Yeah, and they have to
but-
negotiate with a lot of the networks who
Yeah.
compete with a lot of the other Disney stuff.
Yes.
So I think
That's
But
true.
seeing The Runaways on Disney Plus gave me hope, as I've never dared to hope before, that they will bring back Cloak and Dagger.
They could.
Please,
They could, yeah.
please, Disney Plus.
I would
please.
love for them, please, just to
save Cloak and
revamp and throw them in with the Daredevil universe they created on Netflix. I think they should have all
We've
that
talked
stuff
a lot
in
about that though. Like there's a lot of legal issues there because they don't own those characters anymore.
You know,
at
we
least
got
not for the next 2 years.
Spider-Man in the MCU. I'm a believer that anything is possible.
That is
when
true.
there's enough money in it.
And we have X-Men now. in
CM
the
Punk
MCU.
just came back to the WWE, so anything
don't
could happen.
Know who that is.
Fantastic Four.
Anything more on Disney Plus that caught your guys' eye?
Oh, they
10
did say that 10 million subscribers
Yeah.
in their first launch day. What they didn't say was how many of those were the free Verizon ones.
Always have to look at the jaded part.
I'm on the free trial thing right now too. 7 days. I know I'm gonna do it, but I'm confused on how to link it to the Hulu stuff.
That's a package. You have to buy
Yeah,
a
that's
package.
the package.
Maybe I gotta upgrade.
And
or
it's like
something.
$13 if you get the ad version of Hulu.
So it's $13 and you get a Disney Plus, Hulu, ad supported, and then ESPN Plus.
Ooh, ESPN. Let's go.
Yeah, because Disney owns ESPN as well.
Yeah.
They own everything.
They own the world.
I just did the Disney Plus, the $6.99 package, because I don't like ads. So and
Can you only get a package if you have the ads? Is there not a more expensive package that has no ads?
it's only ad supported.
What about
Why?
that Jeff Goldblum TV show?
I want to watch
I'm
that.
excited
so
about that. I
bad.
love
I
him.
can't wait.
So far I've watched. I got really excited the first day I had it, and I didn't watch a whole. Besides the Mandalorian, I kept bouncing between starting different things. So I started watching Star Wars: A New Hope, and I bounced out of that, and I started watching something else, and then I started watching Clone Wars.
You're just going through all the
movie?
Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, so I would start going through this. Oh no! Then I started watching Age of Ultron, and I stopped, and then I started watching.
Of all the ones to choose.
I don't know. I don't know why I picked that one. I haven't seen this one in a while. And then I watched the prequel, the Attack of the Clones, because I hadn't seen that in a while, and I F the first one because the first one's dumb. The second one, though, you get
It
to
just
stand.
wasn't for you, David.
I know.
Did you see speaking of A New Hope, did you see that there's already a parody account that people are confusing for the real account on Twitter?
No.
There's a Twitter account called @GetDisneyPlus, and it's already got a few
Oh
people.
my
And the one I saw
God.
was like somebody tweeted @GetDisneyPlus, and they were like, "Why? I'm having problems. Why can't I access Star Wars: A New Hope?" And they replied back, and they sound very businesslike. And it was something they said. They said something along the lines of like, "Oh, you must not have been aware, like." Due to whatever, like all of our Star Wars content is unavailable to our male subscribers. Like they were just like, you can't watch it, because,
my
and then people got
God.
so angry, and there were comments like, I'm canceling my subscription. Like you don't talk this way to your customers. I was like, are you people fucking stupid?
You always got to check for that check mark. Counts.
Hilarious.
So, last segment before we wrap this thing up. Cory's Comic Book Corner, presented by Oblivion Comics and Coffee. Come for the comics, stay for the coffee, which I went there today. And bad news, everybody. You cannot get the VGB Sunrise anymore. It is off the menu. But great news, my favorite drink is back on the menu. Actually, it's the first time. It's the VGB P&B. That's what it is.
Ooh.
The VGB
Good
P&B. Neil named it, so you guys can all go yell at him. But remember the drink that they had us demo, that peanut butter drink?
When did you put glasses on?
I put on glasses for Cory's Comic Book Corner. You didn't know
Okay,
that?
no, sorry.
No.
Freaked me out, dude. Sorry, as you were. VGB, P&B, go.
The VGB P&B. Go get it. It's the drink we test drove.
Oh, the peanut butter latte?
Yeah, that peanut butter mocha thing.
That
Oh my
sounds
god,
good.
it's so good. Do yourselves a favor, get there. And then I dropped off a big old stack of VGB stickers as well. So if you buy the drink as a special promo, you can get a free VGB sticker. These are the high quality ones too, people. And it may feature some of your favorite VGB cast members like David Webb, Emmaskies, or Cory.
So Pocket in chat asks, is it good if I don't like coffee? I will straight up say I hate coffee. I went to do some product photos for our Instagram account, and my God, I chugged a latte and a mocha, and they were so good. And I hate coffee. And I pounded 2 of those in like 20 minutes.
Oh,
Jeez,
wow.
that's not healthy.
You're
Yeah,
wired.
you were wired.
I was
yeah.
wired.
But this week's comic is X-Men 2. So we're continuing on with the Hickman run of the X-Men. Curtis and I go more in depth on these. We do them on our Twitch. So if you check in here, you can see us go live with the Krakoa cast. It was confusing. I'll say that. It's still if you know anything about this Hickman run, it's been really incredibly great up until they started the X-Men run, and now we're trying to get our footing on a new plot with new characters, and there's a lot of spin-offs happening too. So like in the first one here, they drop a freaking huge bombshell before the comic even starts on a comic I haven't read yet. So I'm like, oh shit, what do I gotta do? It's very X-Men-y in my opinion. You get a better look at Cyclops and his kids, and they go on a little adventure. The island of Krakoa is starting to move. There's a lot of unexplained stuff, and they have to go explore a new island. It's pretty funny in parts. It's a little heartwarming family tale. I'm just really along for the ride at this point on this one. So pick it up, put it on your reserve list. They're gearing up for something big, you can just tell. And Oblivion Comics and Coffee. That's it. David Webb. It's been good to have you back, man, in the gaming world.
It's good
in
to
the
be back.
Gamerverse.
Pretty excited to play that game.
I'm sorry we
That
corrupted
world.
you. You were back and pure, and then all of a sudden you're right back where you left off.
I know. That's fine. I
Uh,
get a week to detox.
Now that you're back, playing games, is the streams coming back?
Nah. Too much pressure. I just like playing games. I want to entertain somebody.
I like this new David, man. He's chill. Emmaskies, I expect we're going to be seeing a lot more Death Stranding
See,
streams.
that's the thing. You know what comes out tomorrow?
No.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Oh, snap. Is that
So
on
I gotta
Xbox
figure
Game Pass?
out- I doubt it. I don't think so.
Bummer.
So I got to figure out how to balance my time because I really want to play Fallen Order, but I really don't want to put down Death Stranding.
And you still haven't
And I'm still
finished
in the middle of Outer Worlds.
What?
It's just there's
a
too
lot.
much right
It's a
now.
Too much content.
I can't deal.
All right. Well, they could watch it all unfold on twitch.tv/Emmaskies. You let people know what's going on Twitter and your Instagram, which hit 10K followers. And you can do the cool little swipe up features. If you go to the
Can.
stories.
I love how much you're like using that.
I use
like,
it all the
it's like,
time.
you use it. You're like swipe up. You go swipe up. You go back to the profile, but you can swipe up now.
Yeah.
Love it.
It's so good. They should need to give it to everybody. Let's see. Lexie, what about you? You got those streams coming up?
I'm trying.
Trying?
I'm trying hard, yeah.
All right.
It's been a bummer because I just need some technical difficulties that has been going on, but I'm gonna try.
Well, you come here and people get to see you on twitch.tv on the Video Game Bang channel. If you guys enjoyed the show, please follow us on all of the social medias. We have the Twitters, we have the Facebook, which is actually pretty active because we have a social media guy who just combs the internet for the dankest memes. So follow it if you want updates on content and news on our channel there. And listen to the podcast on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher. Rate us 5 stars so more people find the show. And next Monday at Oblivion Comics and Coffee in the evening, you can meet VGB as we do our trivia night at Oblivion, where the theme this week is DC Comics. So if you want to start preparing, if you want to start studying, you can go out there and hang out. And then lastly, but definitely not leastly, next month, December, on the 8th, we're going to be at the Sac Gamers Sexpo, baby. We're going to have a panel. We're going to have a booth. We'll have
Sac Gamers Expo.
What did I say?
You said Sexpo.
Oh, sorry.
That means
Freudian
that means something
slip.
different.
You haven't had to deal with it yet, but he makes that joke about 7,000
Really?
times every year.
Now he's
so-
used to it, and that's why he's
That's why Webb and I are just like on our like,
The Sac Gamers Expo, sorry. We had Joey last week, who's also going to be a guest there. We're very excited about the Sac Gamers Expo. So come, hang out, and win some cool table prizes. But that's our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. For Emmaskies, David Webb, Lexie, my name is Cory, saying you've just been banged.